I'm meteorologist Carley Gomez with the latest on the storms moving over Northern California. Now we are seeing a short break between storm systems here as we'll see the atmospheric river beginning to shift to the north of Sacramento, right around Red Bluff to Redding in the overnight early morning hours of Friday. And then as we start hitting that morning commute, all of that is expected to begin moving right back down south. Now, weather impact alert days are being issued from Friday all the way through at least Tuesday. Now, we're seeing that atmospheric river shifting as it grabs hold really of the next low pressure system moving in. That low will start joining the atmospheric river and bringing in more of that heavy rain and moisture across our valley, foothill, and Sierra spots. Now, that valley rain is most of our Friday. I'm talking pretty much the entirety of Friday from early morning Friday during that commute 7 a.m. all the way until about 11 p.m. as most of that rain begins to shift toward the foothill spots. And then the Sierra, we'll start seeing a lot of that snow piling up. Now, we did get a short break from that Sierra snow as of Thursday. It was just very warm up high. We saw temperatures up in the Sierra into the 40s. Now we're going to start to see them dropping once again below freezing point to create more of those piles of snow and get some of that elevation, even as low as about 4,000 to 4,500 feet potentially into Saturday morning. Now we're still looking at very dangerous conditions, slick roadways, ponding, localized flooding. That could all be expected, especially on Friday. Now here's what we have going on. We have this low pressure system as of Wednesday. This was actually right overhead, and this one was right behind it. Now the two have shifted, and that's what's creating that what's called a Fujiwara effect. The two low pressure systems swap places, but this time we're seeing this one being accompanied by the atmospheric river. If this wasn't here, it would just be two low pressure systems switching spots, different storm systems, but we wouldn't quite be getting as much rain and even snowfall as we normally would if they were not accompanied by this atmospheric river. This is being pushed in by that subtropical jet stream. Now, what we're expecting to see with this storm is a lot of rain and moisture just being sucked into the low. It's going to wrap around it, and that's what's actually going to cause a delay of the rain for us in the overnight hours. Once the wraparound effect begins to happen, that'll start delivering rain directly into the Sacramento Valley area and San Joaquin valleys as of early Friday morning. Now, as that's going to happen, it'll be a continuous motion in place. That low will continue to circulate overhead on Friday, bringing and delivering heavy flooded rain scenarios to areas along the coastline, areas like Santa Rosa, all the way up toward Fort Bragg and Ukiah, where these places have already seen devastating rains. I mean, 4, 5, and now up to 7 inches of rainfall has already been recorded in these spots. Now, what we're going to expect again tonight, Thursday night, you're going to see a lot of that rain shifting north. That's going to at least create just some lighter sprinkles and really less of the rain into the early morning hours. Once that all leaves, we're actually going to get a small break Thursday into Friday morning. Then really what we've seen so far has been pretty incredible so far, especially north of Sacramento. You're looking at Santa Rosa with almost 6 and just a little over 3/4 inches of rainfall within a 24-hour period. This was all of Wednesday's rain, 3 1/4 inches near Ukiah, all of Wednesday's rain. And for the Sacramento area, almost 1/3 of an inch on Wednesday. Now, 3/4 of an inch in Auburn. You're seeing a lot more for Fairfield, but Stockton, Modesto really didn't see that much on Wednesday. That was that 24-hour period. Now, all of Thursday, I'm going to forward there. This is what we've seen. On Thursday's rain, we're getting about 1/4 inch, a little less than that from Sacramento to Fairfield. But again, still adding up the rainfall totals. Marysville, 1.5 to 3.5 inches in Oroville. Now, you add that all up to what we just saw yesterday, and these places are truly starting to get flooded. You can see a fine line and division here, really almost just sticking right on 80 and moving north. That is where the atmospheric river has really targeted its hose there. Just completely hosing and flooding most of this area. This is also where we've been seeing flood watches, warnings, and advisories being issued. We're seeing rising creeks, rivers, streams, and a lot of areas of Napa starting to see flooded regions within their vineyards. These are dangerous situations. Anywhere where there's flooding happening, you do not want to pass through. You don't know really how deep that's going to go, but you also don't know what's happening underneath that concrete, what's happening under the roadways. We've also been getting recordings and hearing about sinkholes happening in the Pacific Northwest. So, of course, very dangerous scenarios here. What we can expect to see moving into Friday could be worse. We're actually looking at heavier rain expected for these valley spots on Friday and is also expected to be an all-day event. So again, please be careful as we're getting through these storm systems. We had a bomb cyclone combined with the atmospheric river, and then the Fujiwara effect with the two low pressure systems doing that dance around each other, switching spots there and tapping into the next storm and then the next one after. Winter storm warning is in effect until 4 p.m. on Tuesday for icy roadways. A lot of snow continuing to add up and pile up there, but we could see as much as 2 to even 3 feet of snow into Tuesday, 4 p.m. So evening hours there from now until Tuesday. Again, here's the area I was talking about with the flood watches, warnings, and advisories. We are seeing them in areas, again, off I-5 and north, and this is mostly north of Sacramento. Areas around Yuba City and Marysville north are seeing the effects of this, as well as along the coastline, Ukiah, Santa Rosa, Clear Lake, Fort Bragg, all of them getting really hit hard with that rain. On top of that, they're also seeing some strong winds in these zones, so not making it easier when it comes to visibility and driving. Now, areas like Santa Rosa getting hit among at least the hardest is a flood warning. They're saying this isn't a watch. This isn't let's see what happens. This is saying we're recording devastating rain totals right now as of yesterday and Thursday, and we need you to know that this is a major warning. Be ready in case something devastating is ready to happen, and make sure you are aware and how to get out of your area and whether or not you're prepared. Are you packed to go if you need to? Now, this is until Monday, 2 p.m. for the rainfall that'll continue to happen through the weekend. Sunday night to Monday is expected to be the next storm. So let's count all these potential atmospheric rivers for us. Now, what we're seeing as of Friday, this is the same one that hit Wednesday into Thursday. Now this will hit for Friday. It's really just been taking turns with the two low pressure systems. It's kind of faint to see, but you notice this circle right there and then another circle here. These are the low pressure systems. That was the first one, the bomb cyclone. It was set up right here. Then it got pushed to the north as the second one came in right behind it, which is now this one. And that bomb cyclone that was there is just now behind. What's happening is this low is now tapping into the atmospheric river, that massive plume of moisture coming in north of Hawaii, the Pineapple Express. Then right behind it is another massive plume. As we fast forward Friday's event, that passes on through, the next plume begins to arrive in its place. This one's Sunday night into Monday morning. But notice how it shifts just a bit. We start getting rain for our valley spots here, as you can kind of see that moving the moisture up. But this one's actually starting to target Southern California. LA all the way to San Diego, expecting to see a lot of rain and that moisture moving in as it's going to continue through Monday night. So a lot of rain expected there. For us, though, most of that rain should start coming to an end as we get out of Monday and into Tuesday. Now let's time a lot of this out for us. Now, as we get into Friday morning, again, as mentioned, that morning commute, you are expecting to see heavy downpours pushing through the valley in a line of showers. The snow also begins to take shape here around 8:30 a.m. Then you're going to see this passing right on through, on and off showers, heavy at times throughout your Friday. Check out 2:30, just downpours in the dark orange shades, red shades even worse. We could even potentially see a thunderstorm chance. If that happens, we may see some effects of hail, lightning, of course, and gusty winds. Now, more of the snow showers continue Friday afternoon, but just heavy rains continue to push into the foothill spots. And then Calaveras County is going to start seeing their own heavy rain. They haven't gotten quite as much as everyone else in the valley so far and everyone north of I-80. But as we move through Friday night, they're just getting pounded. Take a look at all those colors, orange, yellow. All of that is a heavier rain starting to set in for these zones here. Angels Camp, Sonora, Murphy's. Now that's around midnight. Now, meanwhile, the valley is going to start clearing out around midnight. All the foothills are going to start getting the effects of the rain, as well as that heavy snow beginning to pile up overnight. Now, the early morning hours, still heavy snow expected. And you have to remember, the early morning hours when we get the coldest temperature. So we're really going to start seeing it coming down as of Saturday morning with more rain, one more push in here into Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, we actually start clearing out for the afternoon hours. We're getting that sunshine by 2 p.m. But if we do get a spotted shower here or there Saturday may be actually the best shot at seeing a thunderstorm chance, because we're starting to get unstable weather conditions with the sun and the cold mixture happening there. That could create a thunderstorm or a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon hours. More Sierra snow continuing, becoming more spotty as you get north of Truckee, but still pretty full there from South Lake Tahoe and Kirkwood down into areas of Yosemite. Finally, moving into Saturday night, it seems as though most of this is tapering off when it comes to rain, but Sierra snow still kind of on and off there for us. Now, futurecast rain totals could get us upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rainfall from the San Joaquin Valley to Sacramento, and then anywhere north of Sacramento, 2 to 3 inches of rain. And then check out spots like Grass Valley. They may even see as much as 4 inches of rainfall, with 4 inches more for Ukiah. Now, again, that is Friday through Sunday rainfall totals. Model snowfall totals, how much are we looking at? We have 2 computer models we've been comparing here. The GFS is that global model. GFS is going to expect to bring anywhere from 1 to maybe 1.5 feet of snow here, 20 inches for Twin Bridges, so getting close to that 2 feet mark as of Saturday night. And then the European model saying, hey, I think it's going to be a little bit more. Donner may be seeing maybe 32 inches with 2 feet there at Twin Bridges. So these have been back and forth. GFS usually performs at least a little bit higher, whereas the European model has been showing more conservative leanings, but this actually happens to be the complete opposite. So we'll have to wait and see exactly whether we get 2 feet or 3 feet of snowfall. Our futurecast winds, this is another scenario. Now, we've been looking at wind advisories in place, and they have mostly been along the coasts, as well as just those coastal range spots, as well as the Sierra. As we look into our Friday, really going to see winds picking up there, about 25 to 35 miles per hour. We do get a little breezy in the valley, but not quite as bad as some of the foothills and high Sierra into Saturday morning. 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Things do start slowing down as we start moving into next week. As we take a look at some of the temperatures, we're really not that bad. We've been getting a lot of cloud coverage, so that's been helping us out quite a bit when it comes to at least not feeling freezing temps at this time. Daytime highs mid-60s to low 60s. Even overnight lows haven't been that bad, about mid-40s out there. Areas like Angels Camp overnight, 50 degrees, 49 in Groveland with 47 overnight in Forest Hill. The Bay Area looking at mid-60s, so they're pretty much the same as everyone else. And the Valley is also looking at similar temperatures, right around the upper 50s, low 60s. Even overnight lows really haven't been that bad, the mid-50s. So we're staying away from the 30s for now. That may not last long. Our weather impact alert days are lasting for the next 5 days, Friday through at least Tuesday, with more scattered shower chances left there. And then finally by Wednesday, which happens to be one of the busiest travel days of the year, it looks as though we're going to start drying out. So better conditions for commuting. So that's some good news for a lot of people on the roadways. And then finally Thursday, Thanksgiving, we'll be looking at mid-50s, but notice the overnight lows. They're really going to begin dropping here overnight, your Thanksgiving night into your Friday, Black Friday morning. If you had plans to stand outside and maybe catch some Black Friday deals, you're looking at chilly temperatures around 36 degrees in the Valley, with those mid-30s continuing through the weekend.